is BBC Tees. Now let's turn our attention to this story. A full-scale rescue operation was launched yesterday after a dog got lost at sea. Yes, you heard it right, a dog. Molly, the English Bull Terrier, was being walked along Redcar Beach by her owner when she swam out to sea to fetch a ball. Joining us on the line to tell us how the story unfolded is Dave Cox from the RNLI. Morning to you, Dave.
Good morning, Matthew.
So what happened?
Well, we were called about 20 to 9 yesterday morning after the owner of the dog had dialed 999 to the Coast Guard and said that his dog had rather determinedly set off out to sea after a ball that he'd thrown into the water.
Is this a rare occurrence?
It's not unique. We've had one or two instances, and we've even had to go and rescue a sheep in the past. But this did have a happy ending in the end, because the ball carried on out to sea, and I think eventually Molly got a little bit fed up with chasing that ball as far as it was going. So by the time the lifeboat arrived, all we had to do really was take the ball out of the water and make sure that she didn't go after it any further, and then we slowly coaxed her back towards the water's edge, and her owner picked her back up again. When
I take Pebble along the coast and I throw something out to sea, my heart does sink sometimes. I think, is she going to turn around? So it is something that I think owners are aware of, Dave.
Well, I would hope that they are aware of it, and more importantly, I would hope they'll be aware of the fact that really, at the end of the day, if a dog does get into trouble, you've got to think of the balance between the dog's life and your own life, because there are some tragic stories of dog owners themselves drowning, and even rescuers trying to rescue those people drowning, for example, over at Blackpool a few years ago.
So the bottom line is, Dave, don't throw the ball into the sea?
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I have a dog as well, and she loves the sea, but just be aware of the consequences, and in particular, if the dog does get into trouble, call for professional help.
All right, then. How is Molly now?
Well, as far as you know, she's fine and well. She was glad to get back ashore, and her owner was glad to see her, and I understand she's fine and well now.
Yeah. Back to the sheep. I was wondering who asked about the sheep.
Yeah. Which ball
was somebody walking along with a sheep?
No, it wasn't as bizarre. It wasn't as bizarre as that. It was down towards Marsk, where there are some fields run down to the sea, and appropriately a German Shepherd dog had chased this sheep into the sea, and the dog had gone in as well. The dog got out, and unfortunately the sheep drowned before we got there.
Oh. I thought there was going to be a happy ending to that, Dave.
We don't like that story.
No.
Can you change it for next week?
A happy ending. And the sheep swam and ended up in France, and it was fine. All right, Dave, people listening this morning, there is a serious side to this story, and that is?
That is, don't go in after your dog. Call for professional help, and if it's safe to do so, we'll come and get the dog. But we will never put a human life at risk over a dog's life.
So what does it feel like to be in the national news today, then? Page 23 of the Daily Mirror.
Well, I understand so, yes. I haven't seen it myself, but I mean, we're delighted. The RNLI depends a lot on good publicity, and this is a nice soggy dog story instead of a shaggy dog story.
Thank you very much. There are Dave Cox from the RNLI.